surprise.
So hey, it's Bill with TRC. That is Tampa Running Central, and Tampa Running Central includes Hillsborough County, Pinellas, where we're at, Hernando, and Pasco. But here at Northside Christian, I am being honored with the presence of many great. Coach Brent Haley is down there, which was just a shock when I walked by, and he actually remembered me from 43 years ago. So that was cool. But I didn't come here to see Coach Brent Haley. I came here to present the inaugural, the 2025 TRC Runner of the Year on the girls' side, none other than state champion Miss Eliana Black of Northside Christian. Congratulations. We have a couple of our super cool items.
Wow.
Runner of the Year, number one. And I expect to see this at some track meets on your back.
Definitely.
Runner of the Year, item number 2 for Miss Black. Again, our state champion. And Coach, get in here. You know I was going to do it. Coach Jeff Vargas, for those of you that don't know. So you guys had an amazing season. I mean, from the very start to the very end. And it was not a roller coaster season as far as performances go, but I know we had some up and down times emotionally, which ended on a huge up. We're not going to talk about that now, because I think the last time we talked about that, the hay fever season happened, and there was a lot of tears going on.
Today.
But you're good today? But tell me what you're looking forward to in track season, because we've talked a lot about cross country. We're going to talk about cross country maybe in a couple of weeks at a subsequent interview. But since we're here, let's just look ahead to track season. What are you looking for? I see some boards up, a board over here that does it have your. Where is it at? I don't know. I don't see your name. I see somebody else's name whose dad is standing right over here. I don't know how he's going to feel about some of those records coming off of that board if they do, but is that what we're thinking about, changing that board up a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just excited for like a consistent track season. The past couple track seasons have been like a little bit of a roller coaster, so I'm just excited to throw some fast times down this season.
Yeah, but you're no stranger to fast times. We've been seeing that for a long time. It doesn't feel right without his sister in the background doing somersaults. It just isn't the same. So I'll ask you both the same question. If you could sum the cross-country season up in not one word, but maybe a phrase. Sum the cross-country season up this season that you've had in a phrase. What would that be, Coach?
I think it was an amazing season. I think she accomplished what our goals were. She had one goal coming into the season. That was kind of redeem herself and win a state championship, and she did that. And on top of that, she came to a new school, and I believe has inspired a whole generation of young kids, some that are out here today. And she had a major influence on them, and the success that they had making it to states was predominantly a middle school team.
So you used the word redeem, and I wasn't going to talk about that, but you used the word so briefly. Why did you use the word redeem herself?
Well, because everybody, except for a very close inner circle, wrote her off, which happens a lot, with young women. And Ellie's a very down-to-earth kind of girl, but she had a chip on her shoulder, and we were going to show people that we're just getting started, and there's great things to come.
Is what the masters say true?
Yeah, definitely. I think this season taught me just to trust the process and continue to trust the Lord's timing, because He always provides when it matters. So I think that was definitely taught me to stay faithful even during the hard times.
So you mentioned something just now that I'm always going to key on. Coach said redeem, and that's actually a very big word in our system of faith. But you mentioned the Lord and being faithful. How important, I know the answer, but they may not. How important is that faith that you hold so dear? How important is that to you in your running, and also just on a daily basis?
Yeah, my faith is like the most important thing to me. So this season I found myself a lot of times in prayer and just like leaning on Him. Like if you have the Lord, then like that's all you need, and everything else is gonna come together. So.
What would you say to a young runner, and I know exactly what you're saying, and I wish that I could imbibe that on others, but how would you help a young runner that's a believer that might struggle with really putting their full faith, the full weight of their faith into him when it comes to being in a race? So you're in a race situation, you're running, and something's just not feeling right, maybe physically, maybe mentally, something's a little off, and you know where to go. You know where to go to him and to go to the faith. What is your process? What is your method? What does it look like in the heat of battle? What does Eliana Black do to get that connection as strong as it is?
I think if you just start praying in the middle of your race, like especially when it hurts the most, it really like takes your mind off of the hurt and like puts your mind somewhere else. And like there's no like better place, there's no better person you can talk to than God. So like middle of the race, you're hurting, like that's my go-to.
So when it really starts to hurt, just go to him and say,
Yeah, it
"Take
doesn't
this."
even matter. Like he doesn't even care what you say. It's just like whatever it is, you're just like offering up your race for him and giving him the glory. So.
And I think that works for you. We checked the stats. I think that's worked for you.
Definitely.
So that's definitely refreshing. And I'm always going to key in on that whenever I hear runners like Mark Meister. Mark made the mistake of mentioning that once, and it wasn't a mistake, but definitely keyed off of that. Jackson Kuiper, who is a runner you're going to hear a lot about coming up in the future, he definitely leans on his faith. He's one of the top 800-meter runners in the state, soon to be faster. But I should probably stop talking about him because I'll probably go on and on about him. I have a special interest in Jackson, but it's really refreshing to see that, especially in this day and age, where faith in anything is kind of the thing. It's just whatever. But you have a very very defined faith, and that's crucial. And I know that your family is really the reason why that faith is there. And
Yeah.
you have a huge benefit over other kids because you have that faith family. You have that stability of mom and dad really raising you up in the admonition of the Lord, and that's huge. So I applaud mom who is here and dad who's going to be watching. So you guys obviously have done a great job. I mean, it really does take it's a three-legged stool of family, coach, and then you've got to have the vehicle to utilize those tools, and that would be you, and you're such an inspiration. And again, we'll talk later about Redeem and kind of what that story looks like, because that's a great story, and it's only getting better. So I'm going to stop talking now because I could talk all day about this gal and this guy, and you've got a workout to finish. So again, we are at Northside, and we are presenting the inaugural 2025 TRC Runner of the Year Award to Miss Eliana Black, multiple-time state champion. So again, from TRC, good job.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Probably way long.